Mute, mute all, mute all, mute. Yep. Okay, you can hear me, right? Somebody said that it wasn't loud enough, but I don't know. Let's see. I'm just turning the volume up on this thing. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah? Yes? Yes? Okay. All right. Find your mat. Okay. So I know we were just talking about the vaccine and all the stress and all of this stuff, and everybody's got stuff going on. So this morning on my way in, and I want to invite you all to do this too at some point today, I'm driving in and I'm going out by like Scannick Valley Farm and Summers over there, and there's all these gorgeous fields. And as I'm driving, I just stop, because you're thinking in your mind, and you're always thinking, I've got this to do, that to do, and you're going and going. And I said, so I got yoga today. I'm like, well, I can do yoga like right now. So it's not even, yes, it's about all of our poses and our breathing and all of that, but just taking that moment and just the everyday things. So I want to invite you to appreciate those things. It was like 8 degrees I saw on my car, and it was the blue and the whites in the sky, and the trees, because it had snowed, they were frozen. They looked like they were just silver trees out there with the way the sun was shining. It was just gorgeous. So just kind of like, I'm going to close my eyes and think of that, but you can close your eyes, think of your breath. So just wanted to give you that image. All right, close our eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Good. Big breath in. Exhale. And breath in. Just feel something releasing with each exhale. On your own, breathing in and out, taking as much air in and rinsing out as much as you can. So for the next 50 some odd minutes, nowhere to go, nothing to do. This is it right here, being with our breath. Begin to bring that integration into your body. So if you need to shimmy on to your sitting bones, press firmly into the mat. Pull your belly in towards your spine. And lift and lengthen. Full length of your spine on up. Crown of your head lifting on up to the ceiling. The space between your ribs. Shoulders relax down, face softens. See where you can let go of tension, where you're maybe not even realizing you're holding on to right now. So just scan each part of your body. Are you clenching your hands together? Are you making fists? Maybe just opening up your mouth, moving your jaw side to side. Big opening with your mouth. Getting any other kind of fidgets out. Inhale. Exhale. Softly open your eyes. We're going to start right with our spinal twist. So left hand to your right knee, belly pulls in, and twist over to the right, tucking that right hand right behind. I know I didn't ask you all, but I know it's always your lower back, maybe hips, and maybe shoulders. So we'll hit everything today. dropping down still. So still reach the crown of your head up. Belly pulls in. Inhale, come forward. Cross your right arm over and take a nice cat curl with your spine. Notice as you breathe in that space between your back and your shoulder blades expands. Maybe a little bit of the tension dissipates there. Next inhale brings you up, belly pulls in, and a spinal twist on your left. Really tuck that left arm right behind your tailbone. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, come on forward, left arm crosses over in a cat curl. So again, if you want stillness, if you want to use your hands to help assist you, pull a little tighter. I'm going to make little rocks and rolls side to side. Inhale, come on up, release your arms. Go ahead and make a few circles with your shoulders, nice and slow. Just loosening up your shoulder joints. And then as your arms come down, bring your arms down, or your shoulders come down rather. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, palms flip down. And inhale. Exhale. Again. One more on up. And down. All right, bring your hands behind you. Point your fingers back. Legs come as wide as you can, like a leg's width. So we're just going to windshield wiper our legs back and forth. Opening up our hips slowly. You can get them touch the ground, great. If not, that's fine too. Come to stillness. We're going to swing around right into table. Pointer fingers right at 12 o'clock. Fingers spread wide. Stacking all of your joints. And let's just take a few cat and cow curls here. So inhale, lift up, lift your throat, open your chest. Exhale, curl your spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl. Notice what you're feeling. And just letting any of the tension go. Complete your set. We'll meet at neutral. Alright, stretch out that left leg behind you. And then just curl up your toes. Do a little calf stretch here, rolling around between your big toes, your little toes. I don't know if you can hear all my toes cracking. Hope you got your own cracking going on over there. That's great. Alright. And then whenever you're ready, you can take that left leg, swing it over to the right, flex that left foot, flex your toes, and a curl with your spine, side curl. Opening up that left side body. pressing equally into your hands, maybe even a little bit more in your left hand will assist you in twisting a little deeper. Gaze towards that back foot. Inhale. Exhale, bring it on around. Left leg comes out, same thing, other side. Starting out with that calf stretch. Notice where those sensations travel up to. And then whenever you're ready, just swing it on over to the left foot is flexed. And then open up that right side body. This is that practice of just really being present. You know, as I was present on my ride in this morning. Be present here. Just noticing that right side as you breathe in, that space just expands. Maybe you can feel it even down to your hip. Inhale, come on back. Bring your knees wide to the outside edges of your mat. Big toes come to touch. Sink back, take child's pose. Arms stretch wide. Pinky fingers even hang off the mat. Just draw your chest down. Hips down to your heels. Big breaths. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, maybe against the sides of your legs, tops of your thighs. Keep reaching your fingers a little bit longer. Forearms come off the ground, and then rest them back down again. Settle in. Feel that stretch. Your shoulders. Inhale, lift them up. Come back to table. Actually, bring your knees together. We're going to do another child's pose with the knees together. Lower back release. And here, if you want, you can take your arms. Bring your arms behind you. Maybe grab a hold of your heels. Forehead rests on the mat. And just let your shoulders roll forward, down closer towards the mat here too. There's an option if you want to stretch your shoulders a little more, you can clasp your hands behind you. And if your arms are clasped, bring them forward. We're going to lift our head up off the mat a little bit. Walk your arms on over to the right. And then go ahead, rest your head down towards the ground. If it doesn't reach the ground, that's okay. I'm just opening up on the left side now here. Inhale, lift on up, walk over to the center, and then over to your left. Same thing here. Come on, back to center. Back onto table. Separate your knees, your legs, so your hips width apart. We're going to curl our toes under. Take a short down dog here. So if you need to step your feet back a little bit, maybe walk your hands a little bit wider. Your knees can be like super bent here, and your heels are aiming towards the ground. They don't actually have to reach the ground. So that's not the goal. Knees would be better be bent. And then just start pedaling out your legs like you're walking your dog, bending one knee at a time, loosening those hips. Dropping your heel, your opposite heel down to the ground. So if right knee bends, left heel would hit the ground. Nice and slow. Get that calf stretch, your hips loosening. And come to stillness whenever you're ready. You're going to step that left foot in a little bit more towards the center of your mat. Take your right leg, kick it on up high to the ceiling, keeping your hips square. So we're in a three-legged dog here. Right foot is flexed. Bend your knee. We're going to stack our right hip on top of our left hip, just kind of peeling on open, opening those hips. A little more pressure in your right arm, keeping your shoulders square. Inhale. Exhale, bring it on down. Go ahead, come down to your knees and take child's pose. So whichever version of child pose you want, again, knees together releases that lower back. Knees apart releases your hips. And here, if you want to, if your wrists are, if you have sensitive wrists, if you want to roll your wrists around while you're in child's pose, that's fine. Inhale, come on back into table. Curl those toes under again into down dog. Go ahead and make whatever adjustments you need to make. Now step that right foot towards the center. Bring your left leg up, flex that left foot. Keep it long for a moment. Get those hips square. Now bend that left knee and then stack that left hip on top of the right hip. And maybe a little bit more pressure in your right hand squaring off your hips. Gaze right back to that middle, to your foot on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, twist on back. Knees drop down. Go ahead and take one more child's pose here. Inhale back into table. We're going to separate our knees slightly. Left hand presses on into thread the needle. So right arm reaches up, big stretch up. Exhale, right arm comes right underneath onto that right shoulder. Tent your hands, the fingers on your left hand. Relax into that shoulder. Keep maybe opening on up, using that left hand to spin yourself a little bit more onto the right shoulder. Your left shoulder opens. Option to take that left arm if you want to make some circles with your left shoulder. Nice big circles. Maybe circles with your wrist. And then maybe that arm comes behind for a bind. Maybe you can reach on inside and touch the inside of your left thigh or your right thigh. Keep spinning your chest open. Option if you want to extend that left leg behind you onto your toes. Spin open a little bit more. Maybe you can keep reaching towards that thigh. Your right shoulder's tensed up. You need to pull back. Go ahead. Nice full breaths in and out. Bring that left leg in if it's extended. Left arm comes around, press on up, back into table. Make any adjustments you need to make. And we're going on to the left side. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, right onto that left shoulder. Tenting your fingers on your right arm. So if you didn't land exactly how you wanted to land, you can move. Right, that's our metaphor for life here today, right? You can always change it, you're not stuck. Right arm reaches up, maybe some circles with that right shoulder, right wrist. And then maybe take that vine, tucking that behind you, reaching towards your thigh. Don't be so anxious to kick that leg out just yet. Just really feel what you need to feel here and just deepen into your shoulder. Maybe a couple more breaths, and then if you want to extend that right leg, go for it. Want to keep your leg in, do that. In any case, anytime your shoulders feel tense, just go back to that sensation of them opening. Your next inhale, right leg comes in, right arm swings around, press on up, back into table. All right, let's curl our toes under into down dog. Right foot steps towards right hand, right in between, into a runner's lunge. So if you have two blocks here, sometimes what I like to do is take a block into each hand, so you have one block in each hand, and it'll help assist to pull you back a little bit. Otherwise, if you can, as much as you can, bend that knee to reach and touch the mat. And let that left hip drop and sink. You're still keeping active in your back foot, so your heels stacked over your back toes. And your back hamstrings lifting on up towards the ceiling. All right, go ahead, drop that back knee down, sink on back, a little hamstring stretch. Flex that front foot, toes pull in towards your face. All right, go ahead, rock forward. We're going to do our flying dragon here. This is kind of a fun one. So you're going to come up, if you want, you're going to come up on that back foot again. Heel toe that foot over towards the right foot towards the edge of your mat. So your hands are on the inside. We're going to lift up your foot and then turn it to a 45-degree angle. And then the pinky toe side of your foot is going to rest down on the ground. We're opening up this right hip. It's intense, yeah. Drop that back knee down, uncurl your back foot. So we're going to kind of create like this dragging sensation, like we're using our arms to drag ourselves for a little up dog in your chest. And your back leg is maybe just towards the front of your kneecap, so you're not actually on your knee. And to see if this leg can drop a little bit more out and down. If you have a block, and maybe use the block, come on down to your forearms. And then keep your spine long, gaze down at your mat, and just breathe. It is a pretty intense hip opener, so just keep breathing through it. Maybe you can drop the block and move all the way down to your forearms. you do have that block, get rid of it. Come on back onto your hands. Bring your foot around. And then just take that leg, swing it on back. That's all wonky over here. And let's sink back, take a child's pose. Just for a breath or two. And we'll rock back into table. Curl our toes back into down dog. Inhale, left foot right to that left hand in runner's lunge. Again, same cues as on the other side. Keep trying to get that up dog in your chest, drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Just breathing. Drop that back knee down. And then flex that left toes towards your face. Hamstring stretch. Okay, rock on forward, here we go. So walk heel toe that left foot over towards the edge of your mat. Hands come to the center. Come on up up onto your toes. Foot lifts up, 45-degree angle, and then drop to the outside edge of that left foot. Drop that back knee down. Again, create that dragging sensation. Again, not right exactly on that knee, just forward of the knee. You can uncurl your toes. Keeping that nice long spine. Again, option to take the block or come on down to your forearms or stay right here. Just let that left hip open. Keep breathing. You can slowly come on up onto your hands. Bring that left leg around. And what we're going to do is just going to flop back and forth. It's like a technical yoga term, flop back and forth. Really just go back and forth, opening up our hips. So onto our bellies, and then press yourself, roll on back into child's pose. And come on forward. Just nice and slow, feel those hips opening. Do whatever feels good, just keep rolling them back and forth. Great. We're gonna all end together in child's pose here, so if you wanna take one more set. Once you've gotten into child's pose, through your nose, take a big deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Rock back into table. Curl your toes under, down dog. And then bring both hands up to your feet, taking ragdoll. So our feet come hips width apart. Really, if you want to really generously bend your knees so that your chest comes onto your thighs. It's going to release that lower back. Your hamstrings are tight and you want to release your hamstrings. You can slowly begin to take the bend out of your knees. But for now, let's just keep all of our knees super bent. And maybe grab opposite elbows here and let your head hang heavy. Just shake it around. See if you can rock a little bit more towards the balls of your feet, towards your toes. Let that tippy, unsteady feeling. And just let yourself hang a little bit deeper towards the mat with your head. Release those hands. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, come on up. You can put your hands on your legs to help assist you. We've got a lot of vertigo people here, so that whole upside down business is not always the greatest. All right, take a moment. Let's bring our hands to prayer. Eyes closed. Deep breath in. Exhale. All right, breath in again. Exhale. All right, I think we're gonna do our crescent moon. Yeah, crescent. Let's do those. All right, arms down by our side. Inhale, lift on up. Make your Charlie Angel's hands. Sink our shoulders in. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, to the right we go. Keep lifting that left arm on up. You're going to gaze right at that left bicep. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, arms wide. Separate your feet hips width. Press your hands into your lower back. Inhale, lift up, open your chest, open your throat. Exhale, bend those knees. Come on forward, back into forward fold. Hands come to your shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Crown of the head reaches forward. Create a nice long spine here. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, arms wide, all the way up. Hands to prayer, right through heart center, eyes closed. Deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. All right. Feet come together. We'll do one more. Arms down. Inhale. Exhale, sink those shoulders in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the left. Keep breathing. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, arms wide. Feet separate, hands press in, lift on up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Arms hang heavy, head hangs heavy. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale wide, all the way up. Hands to prayer, to heart center. Big breath in. Exhale. Nice. All right, the backs of your mat. I'm going to do some warriors. My mat's all doing kinds of crazy things today. That's okay. Right foot forward. I'm going to do warrior one, so that back foot's kind of at an angle and our hips are going to be square to the front of the mat in warrior one. All of these warriors are really great hip openers. We're going to sink as close as we can to getting that front leg down towards the 90-degree angle. Back edge of your back foot slices on in. Inhale, lift up. Breath in. Exhale. We're going to take an option here with your shoulders. If you want to open up your shoulders a little more, bring your arms down, clasp your hands behind you, and then pull your shoulders, your knuckles down and away. Keep feeling those shoulders pulling away from your ears. Keep pressing your feet down in so you get your hips opening, your shoulders opening. Maybe you can even like work towards taking like a little back bend here, looking up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach those arms up again. Next inhale, open up warrior two, back foot spins parallel. Check your front knee. If your front knee just went collapsing in, nudge it on out. Shoulders over hips. Gaze towards that front middle finger. Left arm comes behind you. You can press it into your back. Right arm flips up, palm flips up. Lift up for your proud warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Reach with your front arm. Keep reaching. Reach till you can't reach anymore. Drop that right arm down, take triangle. That left hip's going to keep spinning on top of the right hip, so you're opening up those hips. And then your gaze can maybe go on up to the ceiling. Again, trying not to dump into that front knee. You can rest your hand on your shin or a block. But try to use your side. Inhale, come on up. Spin your feet forward. Both feet are a little bit pigeon-toed, toes come in slightly. Inhale, lift up. Hinge, exhale. Hands can come down to the mat. Let's take a couple of like lateral lunges here. So bend your right knee, walk yourself on over to your right side with your hands. Your left foot will maybe come on up a little bit here, so you're onto your heel. Good. Walk on over to the left, then that left knee, right heel comes on up. You're on your right heel. Walk back to the right, onto that left heel. Center, left, last one. Good, now come on to center. Plant your right hand right in the center, left arm reaches up, nice spinal twist. Gaze reaches towards that lifted arm. Inhale. Exhale, twist back down, left hand replaces where the right was, and right arm reaches on up. Inhale, exhale, come on down. Bring your hands to your hips, using that core and a flat back. Come all the way up to stand. All right, let's heel toe those feet on in, bring them in. Just kind of take a moment here, and then closing your eyes, checking in. Notice if your heart rate just went up a little bit, maybe you're breathing, if you're holding your breath. Slow it down. All right, eyes gently open to the back of your mat. We'll do the other side. See if I can remember what we just did. If not, we'll just make it up. All right, left foot forward, warrior one. Again, hips square to the mat. Arms reach up. Shoulders sink down. Maybe lifting up your toes too, if your toes are kind of crunched up. Notice what your ribs are doing. If your ribs are kind of like poking out a little, bring your ribs in too. Inhale, open up, warrior two, back foot spins parallel. Front knee, make sure it's not collapsing in. Right arm comes behind you, pressing on in. Left palm spins up. Proud warrior. Reach on up. Come on back to warrior two, just briefly. Draw that right hip back, straighten your front leg. Keep reaching with your left arm. And then go ahead, just drop your arm down into triangle. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Actively reaching with both arms in opposite directions. Inhale, come on up. And then you can just get your legs together, however you can get together. We're gonna hit the floor. Good job. Such a graceful transition, wasn't it? All right. We're gonna do my favorite pose. It's my favorite pose. You ready? We're gonna do boat. A little core. So you're gonna, you can tell when you're cheating in boat. Boat's completely a core pose, and I really hate core exercises. But there's this point where like you're kind of rocking back, and you can tell. So if you want to play it a little bit, just lifting up your legs. Notice when you're engaging your core, and then notice like there's a spot like you can kind of feel like you're cheating. Like, oh, that's not so bad. So go where it's, you know, like you said, like, oh look, we hurt for 3 days after the last class, but you felt really good. That's what we're gonna do here too. Might hurt for like a few seconds, like, oof. Find that spot. Lift your legs up. So you can use your hands here to hold yourself up. Work towards straightening your legs. You're gonna get this like shake, maybe. Okay? And if like you're just like kicking it and this is so awesome, you can let go of your arms, or your legs rather, or you can hold on. But just notice, maybe play around, notice the difference. And watch if you get that shake. Notice if your shoulders just came up to your ears because you're kind of freaking out a little. And then if you kind of rock back into that other spot. So much fun, right? All right, go ahead, grab your legs. Let's do a little bit of rocking and rolling back and forth in your spine. Just go up and down. Whoops. I'm losing my hair. All right. You're going to keep doing that. Then come on back onto your back, all the way down. I'm all discombobulated now. All right. Bring your heels as close as you can towards your bum. Maybe you can touch them with your fingers. Feet are hips width apart. Inhale, lift your hips up into bridge. Press your feet into the mat. And then maybe you can clasp your hands underneath you, tuck your shoulders in. Keep pressing your feet on in. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. All right, so this time we're going to lift up into bridge again. We're going to take our right leg into a figure four, so cross that right leg over. Actually, it might be easier if we bring ourselves down first, sorry. Let's go back down. You're going to cross your right leg over like we're in figure four, and then we're going to lift on up with our hips. Again, maybe that little shake is there. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Uncross your leg. Left leg crosses over like a figure four. Press those hands into the mat. Lift your hips on up. Right foot presses down and your left hip just drops open. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Release your leg. Bring the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. Spin your palms on, open up to the ceiling. Take a moment here. Inhale, bring your knees on in towards one another, then bring your thighs on into your belly, into a little ball. Just massage out our lower back. Little gentle movement side to side. And then into happy baby. So catch the outside edges of your feet. Elbows come to the insides. Some nice rocks and rolls. Come to stillness if you're not already there. Just keep letting those thighs drop down to the outside of your torso. Try to get as much of your spine onto the mat as possible here. Relaxing your shoulders. Bring your feet straight on up to the ceiling. Flex your toes and bring your toes on in towards your face. You're going to take your hands, palm side down, and you're just going to wiggle yourself. So you're going to make like a little triangle right where your tailbone would be with your fingers, just kind of protecting your tailbone a little. Inhale. Exhale, lower your legs about a third of the way down, keeping your legs flexed and long. Keep breathing, pull those toes towards your face. Inhale. Exhale, drop those toes, your legs about 2/3 of the way down. Feel that core, feel the shake. Next inhale, lift your chin on up towards your chest and drop your heels just below hovering, just above hovering rather. Maybe you can bang your feet together a little bit. Count your toes, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring your knees all the way up into your chest. Roll around. Massage that spine. Isn't that fun? Sam. All right, those little rocks and rolls, grab behind your knees. A couple more rocks and rolls. Come on up. Just do a couple of hamstring stretches here. Sole of that right foot comes on into your left thigh. Left foot's flexed. Inhale, reach on up. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Again, more of a bend in your knee is a more of a release for that lower back. The more you straighten your leg, the more of the hamstrings you'll get. So whichever one you want to work on, that's for you. Inhale, make that spine nice and long. And exhale, a little bit deeper down towards that thigh. Release your leg as you inhale, come on up. Change sides. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Just hinging at your hips. So we're not doing any knees or nose to toes, nothing like that. up. Both legs stretched long in front of you. Once more, inhale. Exhale, fold on over. And create like an up dog in your chest here, your shoulders pulling away. Come on up as you inhale. We're going to bring ourselves into a reverse table, so our feet are hips width apart, fingers are opposite sides here. And then lift your hips on up. Maybe you can drop your head on back. Lifting those hips. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your bum on down. Stretch your feet long. And finish. So palms are down towards the ground. Just sit on top of your bum here and just scooting around. Bring those elbows on in, come on down to the ground with your elbows. Flex your feet, kind of like you're like a Barbie doll with the high heel shoes. And then if you're comfortable, you can let your neck hang back. Nice throat and chest opener here too. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press yourself on up, release your hands, and then we're all the way onto our backs. We're getting there. Oh, heading towards Shavasana. Very good. Right leg comes on in. Left leg is long. Notice here, like, we did a lot of hip openers today, so maybe normally you have to bend that left leg. Maybe it's a little bit farther down towards the ground than it would normally be. For mine, that seems to be the case. It may not be for yours. And then we're going to take that left, or that right leg, bring it on over to the left, tee out your arms, supine spinal twist. Belly pulls in. Inhale, come on back. Right leg stretches long, left leg hugs in. And you know what to do. And just notice the sensations in that right hip right now. Maybe gaze to the left, or maybe your eyes are closed. Come back to center, leg stretches long, arms come overhead, maybe clasp your hands, take a big full body stretch here, toes point, belly hollows. Bring both knees on into your chest. A couple more of those rocks and rolls. And drop yourself into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Bring one hand to belly, one hand to heart center. Together, let's take a couple clearing breaths in and out. So through your nose, breathe in. Open your mouth, exhale. Again, big breath in. Open, exhale. And let's take just one more. Really feel everything rise on the inhale. And let it all go. Maybe a sigh on the exhale. Arms come down by your sides, palms can spin up. Maybe lift up your back and then place your shoulders back down. Feel that space, feel your shoulders open. Right leg reaches to the right corner of your mat. Left leg to the left corner. Hips nice and open. And let's take one more breath in. Open and exhale. And take rest, Shavasana. Just really be here with what you're feeling in silence for just a couple of minutes. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Begin to wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Circles with your ankles, your wrists. Just let that sensation travel up through the rest of your body. And then bringing those knees into your chest one at a time. Rocks and rolls. Over to your right side into a fetal position. Take another clearing breath if you'd like. And then use your left hand, press yourself on up to a seated position. I think I had a quote somewhere today. Hold on, I think I had a quote. And just keep your eyes closed. All right, today's quote. A happy person is happy, not because everything is right in his life. He is happy because his attitude towards everything in his life is right. Carry your thumb knuckles to your forehead. Together we'll bow and say, Namaste. All right, so no yoga next week. And I know I had yoga we were going to do the vinyasa class on the following Friday, but I'm going to postpone that, so you won't get me next week. But we do have the YouTube videos, so if you want to go back onto YouTube or back onto Facebook, you can watch those over. So thank you, Facebook people. We'll see ya.